Hello, radiant beings. I'm a little messy. I just got in from my little run, and it had been raining since yesterday and overnight, and it quit for a little bit, so I went for a run, but there were lots of flooded patches, so I had to rearrange my planned route a few times and zigzag all over the place, but shorter run, slower run's better than no run. And I'm continuing the lift because I love lifting. I'm still going kind of slow. My arm is much better. You can't even really see all the scars, which is wonderful. But it still doesn't have a full range of mobility or strength. But it's working, and I'll get there. But I thought I would check in because, as usual, I have a crazy, harebrained idea. And I always come here and give you my crazy, harebrained ideas. So I've always dreamed of, it's kind of insane, and I always do insane, crazy things, don't I? Maybe it's just I've always had an obsession, kind of been enamored with ultra distance and trail runners. I loved running trails when we lived in Colorado. Here it's different. It's flatter. There's water. And lots of concrete, asphalt. So it's different. But I was sitting and I read all these books, I listen to podcasts, watch documentaries. And I was sitting in bed studying, and I had an old copy of Trail Runner next to the bed, Trail Runner magazine, which Carbondale, Colorado. I lived not far from there. I used to go there like almost every weekend. That was the area we were living before we moved here. And I just had this weird thought. What if I tried next year for my birthday to run 49 miles for my 49th birthday? Crazy. Kind of stupid, right? But I don't know, it kind of was a little niggling thought. Is that the word? Nagging, niggling? Thought that kind of like an earworm, it just wouldn't leave. And so I started kind of browsing training plans for 50 miles and looked at like a base, 0 to 50 miles, kind of like a couch to 5K, which I can run 3.5, 6, up to 6 miles okay. And it was a 6-month plan. Most of them were a 6-month plan. So I did a date calculation the other day. Now it would be like 233 days until my birthday. So it would be like 7 months and 21 days. Well over 6 months. And I was like, could I do this? Could I really do this? Possibly. And I looked at the training plan and I was like, well, the first few weeks, I'm like, this is almost what I'm doing now, cross training, speed work, the runs, the distance. I'm like, well, maybe I should seriously think about this. So I put it out there, and there were quite a few people, I was kind of surprised, who were actually runners who said they would not be interested in following me on that journey. So I was like, okay. Kind of surprised me, but it is what it is. So I thought, maybe I want to do it anyway. Maybe I'll fail. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll walk more than I think. But damn, I'm going to have a huge cake at the end when I do. So At this point, let's say I'm into week 1, because I've already done that plan pretty closely. One of the ones I pulled up, and I'm like, let's give this a go, shall we? Let's see what kind of crazy thing I can do next. And I'm going to continue to lift. I'm going to experiment on myself because I have that Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification. I'm currently studying for the NASM Personal Trainer certification, and they threw in their nutrition and corrective exercise certifications with it. So I will be studying that as well. I'm going to continue to lift. I'm going to try to maintain any muscle I have currently. And I know it's almost an impossibility to kind of build when you start running really long distances, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting journey. I'm sure there's going to be some screw-ups involved and some comedic errors. We know how I am. But hopefully, maybe some of you will follow along. Maybe I can inspire some people. Doing a lot of food prep. I'm going to try to do more plant-based, which is hard because my husband eats meat and I prepare it for him, while I then prepare me other meals. I even have separate pans. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, which is sometimes why I fail. But I'm trying, and I will continue to try. And I just went and ran in the rain, but there was no lightning and thunder. I woke up at 3:30 and it was lightning and thundering and storming. And the electricity was blinking, and I was thinking, oh, I really don't want to go to run on the treadmill. So it stopped, and I went out there, and the weather was actually felt beautiful, although it was cloudy and misty. Not many people out, and it was flooded on lots of the trails. So I had to, like I said, zigzag and readjust. But it was good, and I always feel better after I go run. So now I'm going to do later some of my lifting, eating, because I love to eat. And yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there about this is what I think I'm going to try to do. Any support is like emotional, not monetarily or anything, just like, yay, let's try to do this. You can do it. Rah, rah, rah. Would be much appreciated. And if this really seems like it's going to happen, maybe I'll try to, as it gets closer, think of a charity or a cause to do this in support of some kind of way. But got 7 months and 21 days to think about that. So I will be trying to track this as closely as possible, tell you what I did, maybe at the end of each week, tell you my training plan and things I ate. For me, I'm going to be trying to be better about tracking my food on MyFitnessPal. Right now, I'm using Strava again, just because, and it's no fault of Runkeeper, but my Samsung phone, the last OS update, is not jiving with Runkeeper for some reason. So I'm going to wait and see what happens, but back to Strava at the moment. So I am on Strava, I'm on Runkeeper, I'm on Instagram. I don't know how to do all those fancy things people do yet. As you can tell, I'm still using my tablet to make this video because I'm clueless. But thank you for tuning in. Those of you who do give me a little watch. I can't even do the like and subscribe thing because I think I sound like a total goofball. But just give a like. Say you're down for seeing this, whether I succeed or fail, that you're down with the journey. Yeah, Thank you so much, and till next time, ciao, Radiant Beans.